Hey guys, it's Juanita Coley here, the Contact Center Whisperer, also known as that WFM girl, and I'm back with another video. So I recently got this question about I'm not making service level. What do I do? Story time. Okay. So a couple years ago, I was called into an organization. They weren't making service level. They were under new executive leadership. And the executive leadership team said to me, "Hey, Juanita, we haven't made service level in years." They said, it seems like the workforce management team, we're forecasting, we're scheduling, but they aren't able to. It's kind of a moving target around why we're not making service level. They'll tell us one thing, we kind of fix that, put a pin in that, we kind of fix that, and then we don't see any success or any improvement, so we move on to the next thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. So naturally, in true consultant mode, I'm naturally inquisitive. So I think this is a perfect role for me. But so naturally, I go in and I begin to start to do an assessment with their workforce management team. We're looking at forecasting, we're looking at the data, we're looking at the schedules, we're looking at all the things, right? Then we also do an operational assessment. We're looking at operations coaching, we're looking at the supervisors, we're doing a deep dive, we're doing our thing, right? And so what I discovered was that it wasn't that they necessarily had a agent efficiency problem, like, talk time was good, the call track was good, that talk track, they were following the scripts, and they were able to find the information, all the things, right? Workforce management. They're forecasting well, they're scheduling well. Of course, across both sides, workforce management and the operations side, there were things that they could improve. However, what the nail in the coffin was, they simply weren't communicating. This came down to simple communication. And I say simple because I had an eye to see it, right? But I want to give you this tip. So, how do I, if I'm not making service level, this is, and it could be many things, right? So, this is not an end all be all. However, this was something that I noticed many organizations have a challenge with. And this was, do I manage up or do I manage down? Do I manage to the left or do I manage to the right? You can think of it in left, right, up, down, however you want to think about it. Communicating and setting the right expectation. Okay, that's essentially what I'm wanting to communicate to you. Because what was happening is that this particular workforce management team, they were not communicating that they didn't have enough staff. Right. So no matter how well the agents did, no matter how in line, how perfect the forecast was, the answer was we need more people. Right. I can't hit your 80-30 service level. It requires, this is a simple math equation. I require to have 30 people. You are giving me 15. So I either need more people, executive leadership team, HR department, right? Or we need to start thinking about ways that we can augment, leveraging AI or different things, right? So that was the communication. That's what should have occurred. However, workforce management was simply looking at this from a mathematical, right? So they were saying these things, but they were not setting the right expectation with the executive leadership team that, hey, no matter how much you want to hit this 80-30 service level, it's not going to happen because you need 30 people to do that. And in order to do that, with 15 people, you're going to need to leverage in some AI, or you're going to need the 30 people. It's a math equation, right? Here's something that I want to leave you with. You need to be able to understand how to communicate what the challenge is, the root cause, not just talking about the symptoms, right? Because this is what was happening. This was, hey, we're not making service level, or, oh, today, we had a high call out, or, hey, talk time is a little high. Yeah, those are all the symptoms or things that are happening, but what's at the root of the problem? Executive leadership team needed to be able to hear this, and this needed to be communicated that, listen, this is math. I need 30 people. You want an 80-30 service level, or you need to adjust your service level expectations, right? That is also an option. So what I want you to do is, when you're asking the question, hey, I'm not meeting service level, these are some of the things you should be asking yourself internally from a workforce management team. Like, hey, do I need to manage up, manage expectation up or left, however you want to look at it, up, down, left, right? Where am I managing expectation? Am I setting the expectation with executive leadership that, hey, we need to either adjust our service level requirement or expectation, or we need more people, or we need some technology to supplement what we're doing? That's managing expectation to executive leadership. Or we have more than enough people, right? The requirement says we need 15 people and we have 30. Now we need to start looking at, okay, well, do the agents have what they need? Are we, what does quality look like? Are agents stumbling over calls? Are they taking a long time? Are we having long average handle times? Are people putting people on hold for a long time? That's when you start to look into those things. And so you need to be able to know where to look so you can know how to set expectation. So a lot of times we're trying to solve for the symptom. We're trying to solve and say, hey, I'm not making service level. Okay, that is a symptom, or that is that's what's coming about because of the root cause. So we got to get to the root cause. Why are we not making service level? And why do we have this service level in the first place? Is this the right service level? Because there is a dollar that is attached to meeting a certain service level, right? And so if you say, hey, I want to hit an 80-30, I want to answer 80% of my calls in 30 seconds, that means I may need to have a head count. I need to have 30 people to answer 80% of those calls in 30 seconds. Well, those 30 people is drastically different than if you changed your service level to say, okay, well, our customers are actually okay with us having a 60-20 service level, 60% of our calls in 20 seconds or less. Well, instead of needing to have 30 people, you now may need to only have 20 people. So you see how setting a service level goal is directly going to be tied to customer experience, right? What is your customer tolerance for experience? And then budget. What budget do you have? And so that's when you need to start to think through, okay, leveraging technology, making sure the employees have everything that they need to be able and support it, to be engaged and have a good employee experience. Because I'm always saying, without an employee experience strategy, your CX strategy is trash, right? And so, all right, I'm on my rant now. All right. But you get what I'm saying, right? So if you're not meeting service level, like this particular organization was, right, they said, hey, we haven't met service level in years. And workforce management team was frustrated because they're like, we don't have enough people. It's nothing that I can do. And they kept trying to articulate this, but instead of articulating it from a, hey, this is a math problem. You want 80-30, you need mathematically this amount of people. No, no amount of improving the call script, no amount of coaching is going to change this math, right? 2 + 2 is 4 all day. 3 + 1 is 4 all day. The way you get to 4 is 4, right? It's math. And so you may get there different ways, but it's still math. And so that's what I want to leave you with today. If you are not meeting service level, start to think about how are you setting that. If you're on the workforce management team, think about how you're setting that expectation with leadership. Is it a math issue where it's like, hey, we don't have enough people, or we have enough people and we need to start thinking about how do we support the agent experience and make sure that they are engaged better and support it better. All right. Until next time, y'all know how I do my little rants. All right. See y'all soon. I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions, make sure that you submit your questions. I love when I get you guys' questions because it gets me to thinking, have I seen this before? All right. Until next time, guys, go be great. Bye.